How the hell y'all doing, Proxyopoly of the whole in its alternative forms? I'm NASCAR Cosa, the jackal of trading card games within the context of a friendly game of Proxyopoly, brought to you by Proxyopoly of the whole in its alternative forms. This podcast, which you're about to listen to, episode number 18 in its series, may be best described as a free-for-all conversation that takes place within the abstract chambers of a Proxyopoly system. Now, without further delay, the Jackal of Trades is no longer present for this board meeting of Proxyopoly. Ergo, we must proceed in finding a sub-proxy for the office of the sub-proxy in the sub-proxy supremum. Stay tuned. Now, without further delay, the Jackal of Trades, host one, Drang Drang.
Welcome back, all you bulls and bears and betas out there within the buzz of this Proxyopoly system we call the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. I'm the Jackal of Trades, and with me as ever to deliberate these absurdist corporate buzzwords at the General Meeting Uncensored, whereby attendance is still up in the air. Who will be the protractionist or the procurationist of this Proxyopoly system, which intends to seek to be the cure for the common proxy? And what does that sentence mean within the context of the term proxy? Is Proxy 0, with more information on how you can contact Proxyopoly on the link tree. Tell us more about this exciting opportunity, Proxy 0, on linktree/NASCAR Cosa.
Proxyopoly of the whole and its alternative forms feels the noise. Proxies mark your proxies. We're gonna mark the edges of the podcast. It's the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. So you think I got a proxy in mind? I'm Proxy 0. With the Jackal of Trades. It's the Jackal, and the Jackals are the general partner.
They are the shackles of the general partner at large. Drang, drang. And occasionally, the bylaws of Proxyopoly of the whole and its alternative forms may impose specific duties on Proxyopolis beyond the mere calling of proxies.
Thank you for that general explanation, Jackals of the general partner at large. However, in this fictitious Proxyopoly system, we like to be specific about the nature of Proxyopoly. And with further details comes further specifics, comes the proprietary qualitative algorithm to specify the details of the aforementioned Proxyopoly system.
I didn't hear a drang, Proxyopolis. It is I, the proprietary qualitative algorithm of this Proxyopoly system we call the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. Here to cue the Proxyopolis in on key details about the mysteries that lie within Proxyopoly. For the time being, Proxyopolis, be on the lookout, for there is a dissident proxy lurking the halls of this Proxyopoly system. And Proxyopoly needs your help by contacting Proxyopoly today on the link tree if you have any information as to the whereabouts of this dissident proxy. Thank you for your time, Proxyopolis. And may the mock investments involve the mock risk.
Oh, but never fear, Proxyopolis. We are only mocking the mock proxies with mock mergers. On the Game of Proxyopoly podcast, we intend only to make that germane here, in a sentence, for you to listen to. Enjoy it. It's the term proxy in the mock proxy, and the proxy process, and the proxy protraction. The episode you're listening to now. Next week's episode is the proxy procuration. A week after that, the proxy statement. And then following that, the long-awaited the general meeting uncensored. This season on the Game of Proxyopoly podcast, it's proxy season!
Oh, Proxy Zero, it pains me again just how right you are. However, I would have to disagree with the proxy season statement, as Jackal season is still going strong in the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. And I dare say the proprietary quantitative algorithm may have some kind words as to note with regard to the straw polls we take on the Game of Proxyopoly podcast each week for the bull, bear, buzz, or beta. Did I get them all? Not sure. We can always add more. At any rate, it's the proprietary quantitative algorithm. Please enjoy.
Greetings, Proxyopoly of the whole and its alternative forms. My name is irrelevant and immaterial, but worth noting, I am the proprietary quantitative algorithm of this Proxyopoly system. Here today with items to note while the dissident proxy is afoot on the Game of Proxyopoly board of Proxyopoly mock proxies, that straw polls are not in order. A motion to take an informal straw poll to test the water is not in order because it neither adopts or rejects a measure and hence is meaningless and dilatory. If Proxyopoly wishes to discuss and take a vote on a matter without the vote constituting final protraction by the Proxyopoly, it may instead vote to go into a Proxyopoly of the whole or a quasi-Proxyopoly of the whole and its alternative forms, ceteris paribus, mutatis mutandis. Drang.
We are the shackles of the general partner at large. Drang. We emerge from Proxyopoly of the whole and its alternative forms with further questions as to some due diligence matters related to the callable collateral and Proxyopoly's office of the sub-proxy. Is there a sub-proxy supremum documented in the minutes of Proxyopoly? Drang, that's right. The jackals of the general partner at large didn't think so. Ergo, they will continue the straw poll on the podcast for Proxyopoly. Bull, bear, beta, or buzz. The choice is yours, Proxyopolist. The sub-proxy supremum is upon us. And the general meeting uncensored awaits. Drang.
And a friendly reminder to the Proxyopolists at home that Proxy Zero will be taking minutes this proxy season of the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. Ergo, contact Proxyopoly today on the link tree for further information about your chance to enter to win a proxy variable with interest of public health within the context of Proxyopoly. Now, Jackal of Trades, you are following this, aren't you?
You introduced me with your assumptions once again, Proxy Zero. But yes, I am keeping up with the explanations of the Game of Proxyopoly and the Game of Proxyopoly podcast. Now, I just have a question about someone said something about the straw polls not being in order, so are we a quasi-Proxyopoly or are we a Proxyopoly of the whole? Anybody?